Hello, traders. FX Pip Collector here. Today is Wednesday, April 15th, and this is my morning market breakdown of the US dollar pairs, including gold. And we also look at a couple of the yen pairs. As always, we start off on the US dollar index daily time frame because that's basically the roadmap that tells us what to do on the dollar pairs themselves. So I wanted to start out on the daily, but I wanted to zoom out a little bit more than normal because I do have two outlooks for the dollar index. First possibility is that this is one, two, three waves up for three waves of A. And then this is one, two, three waves down for three waves of B. And then this is one, two, three, four, five waves up for five waves of C. Lower low wave B, lower low wave C is a running flat. If it's a running flat, then this potentially could just keep on making lower lows, lower highs on the daily time frame, and it potentially could go down and make new lows on this time frame. That's scenario number one. I was actually still believing that the WXY scenario was most likely, which is five waves up for A, and then one, two, three waves down for B, and then most likely another five waves up for C. I still think this is the most likely scenario. If this is the right analysis, then this is likely an A of B, and then it's going to make a B of B, and then a C of B, probably going no lower than the 78% Fibonacci retracement of this move up before it starts another five-wave impulsive move up for the wave C of wave B. So either way, we should better recognize it by going down to the 1 hour time frame, right? So our major structures right here, if it breaks this structure right here, we know that this whole wave down on the daily is over. If it breaks this structure, that only tells us that the last five waves is complete. It potentially could break this structure, make a pullback to the last five waves, and then continue down and still be a downtrend on the daily time frame, or still be an impulsive move on the daily. So just keep in mind that if it breaks this structure, that definitely doesn't mean that it's going up for wave B or B. It could just end up being a pullback to the last wave down. So keep that in mind. I mean, really, we do not even have any breaker structure. Just because we see five waves doesn't mean that it even has to make a pullback. My gut is telling me that more than likely the dollar is going to probably make a pullback to the last five waves down, probably end up doing something like this, and then going down later on towards the end of the week. But you don't really want to assume anything about the market because that's a good way to have a lot of losing trades. So anyways, let's take out that information and apply it to the dollar pairs themselves. We'll start off on the euro dollar. So if the dollar index really did end up flat, then the euro dollar really is going to just keep on trending up like this. If the dollar index really is a wave B, then this potentially is going to do something like this over the next several weeks, which would be a pullback to this whole move down, which would be either a B or a 2. Probably more likely a B, but you never really know. I always label a B or 2 because it doesn't matter. It's traded exactly the same either scenario. So going down to the 1 hour time frame, there's no real break of structure yet on any time frames. We definitely have five waves just like we do on the dollar index, but we have not broken any structure of the five waves. If it breaks this low right here, just like the dollar index, you would throw your Fibonacci retracement on the last five waves up. If it doesn't break this low, which it definitely doesn't have to, which is why we have our Fibonacci retracement from here to here, we definitely still want to watch these Fibonacci levels very closely. If it breaks to the upside at a Fib level, then we want to continue to look for longs. We don't know that this is going to end right here. So, like I said, put your Fib from here to here, unless it breaks this low. If it breaks that low, then move your Fibonacci from here to here. So we'll see what happens. Like I said about the dollar index, my gut tells me that it probably is going to make a decent pullback to the last five waves, but we don't really know that to be true yet. So moving on to the pound dollar, back up to the daily time frame, pretty much exactly the same analysis. If the dollar index really did end up flat, then this is really going to just keep on going up, making new highs. If the dollar index is really in a wave B, then this potentially is going to end up doing something like this over the next several weeks, which would be a pullback to this whole last move down, going to a Fibonacci retracement of this last move down before it continues the downtrend. Either way, it doesn't really that matter. We're just taking it one wave at a time. Going down to the 1 hour time frame, we are in a little bit of a pullback right now, but we could just be in a pullback to the last wave. It could potentially go down to any one of these Fibonacci retracement levels, break to the upside, and continue the uptrend. Or just like the dollar index, it could break this low, and then we would throw our Fibonacci retracement from here to here, and we could potentially get a pullback to the last five waves up. The only thing that's going to tell us that this uptrend is over on the daily time frame is the break of this low. This break right here doesn't tell us that that move up on the daily is complete. This break only tells us that this wave from here to here is over. Like I always say, you need to really understand what a break of structure is telling you. So anyways, moving on to the Aussie dollar, back up to the daily time frame. Aussie actually broke structure to the upside today. Like I was saying yesterday, I mean, it potentially looks like the end of a pullback right here, like an expanding ABC type thing, WXY ABC, whatever it may be. My higher, much higher time frames, like weekly and monthly, I'm very, very bullish the Aussie dollar. So I mean, I really wouldn't be surprised if this did just keep on going up. Now, if the dollar index starts to make a B, then obviously this is probably going to make some sort of a pullback also, and then maybe later on end up continuing the uptrend. As of right now, there's no proof that this move up is over, and we are definitely doing nothing but looking for longs still. Unfortunately, the long is already passed. The long was in the Asian session last night. There was a long yesterday right here. There was a long on Monday right there. There was a long at the open of the market down here. I definitely would not be going long right now, and I definitely wouldn't be going short when the market is in an uptrend on every higher time frame. If it breaks this low, then that's a different story. If it breaks that low, then I would throw my Fibonacci retracement on the whole move up, and then I would definitely be able to justify looking for shorts at that point. But it definitely has not broken any lows on any time frames. Literally every time frame from the 1 hour time frame up is in an uptrend. So I definitely would be doing nothing but looking for longs in an uptrend. So moving on to the US dollar CAD. US dollar CAD, same type of scenario. If the dollar index is going to make a wave B, then this potentially will go back up and make a wave B also. If the dollar index is going to continue to trend, then this will continue to trend also. Like I said yesterday, this is looking a lot more like an ABC than a 1, 2, 3 like I originally thought. And right now we are definitely in a move to the downside. We don't have engulfing up. We don't have a break of structure. We don't have a higher low. We don't have any reason really to do anything but look for shorts on shorter time frames. Going down to the 1 hour, that's why we put our Fibonacci retracement only on the last little impulsive move. We already got a decent little 78% fib bounce right here, but like I was saying, my gut tells me that the dollar is ready for a pullback. So if it does break this high right here, I would throw my Fibonacci retracement from here to here. I think there's a pretty good chance that it will break this high right here. I mean, to me, this looks like impulsive up, corrective down, probably is going to lead to another move up. But I am a trend trader. I'm currently only looking for shorts. If I was available at this time, which I wasn't because this was at like 3 o'clock in the morning for me, I would definitely would have taken that as a short because that was a 78% fib bounce and golfing down at a Fibonacci level. But as of right now, I'm only looking for shorts. I definitely wouldn't go short right now. I definitely wouldn't go long. If it breaks structure to the upside, maybe I would try to trade the wave C, but more than likely, I would still be mainly focused on shorts in a downtrend. So moving on to the US dollar Swiss, back up to the daily time frame, basically the exact same scenario. If the dollar index is going to make a wave B, then this is also going to make a pullback like this. If the dollar index is going to continue to trend, which it definitely could, then this is also going to continue to trend. I have this labeled as a 3 or a C. If it's a wave C, which it definitely could be, then it will continue to trend. If it's not a wave C, which we may not have a wave C, then it potentially could do something like this, and then like this, and then eventually continue the uptrend, kind of like what I was showing on the dollar index. Right now, the trend is down. There's no engulfing up. There's no break of structure up. There's no reason at all to go long. We are at the 161% Fibonacci, which could be a really good target for a potential wave 3. But just because we're sitting at a potential good target for wave 3 doesn't justify me going long on shorter time frames yet. Going down to the 1 hour time frame, we have our Fibonacci retracement only from here to here because this could just end up being a little pullback to the last wave. It could just keep on going down like that. If it does decide to go up and take out this high, then the first thing I would do is on my Fibonacci retracement on the whole move down, and I would still probably be looking for shorts. The only thing that's going to tell me that this trend is over on the daily time frame is a break of this. A break of this structure right here only tells you that the last 5 waves is complete. It doesn't tell you that the trend on the daily is over. But, if it does break this high, you could at least justify trying to go long for the wave C and then maybe go down again. And if it's not a wave C and it turns out to be a wave 3 and it goes up and breaks that high, then great. That's called learning and earning at the same time, because you wouldn't know that it's a wave 3, but potentially you would be making money while you learn that it's a wave 3. So anyways, moving on to gold, back up to the daily time frame. Like I've been saying for a while now, my target on gold is all the way up in this area someplace. I think gold is going to reach about 5,200 an ounce before it goes down. And we are definitely, I mean, we're sitting at a Fibonacci level, so, might find a little bit of resistance right here. There's a little bit of a double top right there, so definitely could find some resistance, but I think that it is going to continue to trend up. Going down to the 1 hour time frame, it's starting to push down, but our structure's way down here. The only thing that would turn me bearish is a break of this. If it breaks that low, then I would definitely start looking for pullback entries to go short. Otherwise, I am definitely looking at this move down as likely just a pullback to the last 5 waves up. So I'm watching these Fibonacci levels very closely. If it makes a nice engulfing up at a Fibonacci level, then I would take it as a long. This is kind of looking like one move, so it might end up doing something like this, and then like this, and then like that. Maybe making some sort of a 68 or 78% pullback before it continues the uptrend. But I am definitely looking at anything I see to the downside as a pullback within an uptrend, unless it breaks this structure. And moving on to the yen pairs, back up to the daily time frame. Like I've been saying about the dollar yen, there's a Fibonacci level on the weekly time frame up at around 161 that still has not been hit yet, and I still think there's a very good likelihood that it will get hit. I have my Fibonacci from here to here. I think there's a good chance this move down will turn back up at a Fibonacci level on the daily time frame and probably do something like that. But technically, right now, the market flow is down. So if it does make shorts on sort of time frames, we should take them. So going down to the 1 hour time frame, I mean, if you were available in the Asian session, this was definitely a trade in the Asian session, but 1, 2, 3 waves up. I don't trade the Asian session because I live in the same time zone as London, and this was at about 2, 3 o'clock in the morning for me, but that definitely was a nice 3 wave pullback right there. So what I would like to see is I would like to see it turn up. I would like to see it break structure. Then I would like to go long on the first pullback after the break of structure. Or I would like to see it continue down, make another pullback to the upside, and then I'll go short on the next pullback to the downside. So, we're just going with the flow. Right now, the market is telling us to look for short. So if it just keeps on making lower lows, lower highs, then we'll just keep on going short, right? Because lower high, lower high, lower high, lower high. There was no break of structure right here because the last structure was here. And now we got a new lower high. If it just keeps on making lower highs, then there's no reason to go long, correct? If it breaks that series of lower highs at a Fibonacci level, then that's definitely a reason to go long again because the weekly and the daily is up based on structure. So going down to the euro yen, back up to the daily time frame. Very strong yen moves this week over the last several weeks, actually. We aren't really at a fib level, but maybe we are due for a pullback. I don't know. I mean, there's really no reason to say for sure we are going to make a pullback. The weekly is up, the daily is up, every time frame is up. There's really no reason to do anything but look for longs as of right now. Going down to the 1 hour time frame, I would definitely put my Fibonacci retracement only on the last impulsive move up, because if it's going to continue to trend, then it's only going to be a pullback to the last impulsive up. It's not going to be a pullback to the whole series of waves. It's only a pullback to the last wave itself. So, hopefully this is an A, hopefully this is a B, hopefully we're in a wave C right now. Maybe it goes down to the 60, 78, 61, 78%, and then it makes another nice long opportunity for us. These yen pairs, if you've been trading with the trend for the last several weeks, you definitely have been doing very, very, very well. So anyways, moving on to the pound yen, back up to the daily. Same type of scenario. I mean, yeah, we are sitting at a fib level. We did recently take out these highs. Definitely could be some resistance up in this area, but we don't have engulfing down. We don't have a breakdown. We don't have a lower high. There's no reason yet to go short on sort of time frames when the weekly is up and the daily is up. So we are definitely still looking for logs on all the yen pairs. Going down to the 1 hour time frame. So the structure on the pound yen is closer, the structure right here. So if it breaks and holds below there, then I could definitely justify looking for shorts, because that would be the first break of structure we've had pretty much in the last couple of weeks. Otherwise, I would definitely be looking at this right here as a possible ABC pullback within an uptrend. If it turns back up into 61 or to 78%, then I would definitely go long again. The trend is your friend, and if you had gone long here, here, if you went long back here, someplace in there, you would have been doing very, very, very well these last couple of weeks. Maybe we are getting close to a top. If it is a top, the market will prove that by making a nice solid break of structure to the downside. So anyways, definitely don't forget to check out my website, fxpipcollector.com, if you want to follow along with all my trades and be part of a great trading community on Discord. And as always, thank you for watching and happy trading to everyone.